A contract, on a property,
She should. She doesn't come up.
St. Louis. And I know that it's pretty well. And I looked at the property. I think we have delivered it. It was a very interesting property. So we talked about this, and as Rachel had said, sufficient income to be able to buy this property. So she bought the property, both the hotels, and cleaned it up for $210,000. Which is a steal. She put 370,000 into the retail. Now, mind you, the courthouse was nothing but one big, huge space. It was down, it was nothing. So her total $150,000 was right after $640,000. So we knew this practice could phase out to that.
And now what is property value?
Right, so it's phenomenal, but she did property. So it took a few years. In the meantime, Rachel was very qualified by this property. She mentioned that she, and I surprised. Yeah, and I thought, well, what's happening? What are we doing? And she said, well, I was like, what if old pages move? Because, you know, this, like, how to finance. She figured it out. And when she says, I meant to do what was important to me. In my mind, somebody could walk away and say, with the bonus, was that reasonable? Right? But you were not, and she was very, very good at that. You were just directing people.
And that was the problem.
That's exactly what the problem.
That was the problem.
So
Needing a time.
I have to know Rachel over the course of this process. And I you're motivated. I know. And we did it. I mean, over the course of that last year. The one thing Rachel, I could not mention this whole, it's very challenging. Speaking now, discussion about the spectrum. Got it. Finished product is gorgeous. The other thing Rachel had in mind was the feedback. So she wanted to do a hotel, build single family around it, many bedrooms, and possibly rent back 2 bedrooms. And yeah, exactly. So not only something that's strategic, but location. So that is the end great. Yeah. And always be very inspired. See what you do. I had to be like, it takes time to start writing notes back there. So that is what I like to think for people. Help them figure out the state really, because we're not. We need to learn it. Understand it. Because, and we want to make sure that all of this is very helpful. Reach out to me and ask the question. 3 years before you. Look around, think about where you are from. I think it's so important for everybody to please understand.
So you can take yourself home.
So you can make this.
I'm showing you.
Right. And it is.
Information. You understood what she was saying. What she's saying is in those areas right now, if you start buying, you invest in those areas because there are already city plans out there for them. So the part that she didn't mention is that one of our lengthy conversations was that it's all about at the end of the day, understanding what the city plans to do and understanding how to position yourself. But you have to be open for that. You have to be open. And I said this, I was making a substantial amount of money. However, Karen's going to make mention about how it doesn't matter where you are financially, there are ways to make moves. So I want to make sure I said that there are ways to make moves on a smaller scale, a larger scale, but investing in having your own in the communities that we all complain about. We complain about what's going on in those communities. We complain what's happening in those communities. You have an opportunity to make a difference and make a change in the communities that we all know could be better if you, who, or you do something in those communities because you're already uplifted. You're already going to give inspiration. So if you're going to be inspirational in those neighborhoods, we can make a change one person at a time, one neighborhood at a time, one house at a time. This is why Karen's in the room. She's in the room to explain that portion of what these loans do. 3.5% down. 3.5% down is what I put down on that. 3.5% equaled out to like $28,000. Now, let's say I just want a $250,000 house. I only got to put out $10,000. Who got 10 grand? Y'all got it? Come on now. Jordan got it. iPhone got it. Shopping sprees got it. Condos got it. But with the houses that we live in, we don't have it. The houses we live in, we need to, even if you don't want to own your house, I'm gonna tell you, I got a friend who he rents his apartment, but he owns 2 buildings, but he still rent, but they pay us rent. These buildings, I want to just make this one statement. The buildings net at 60 grand, at $6 grand a month. My mortgage of where I live is $1,200. Take that back. The mortgage of the building is $42. Who paid my mortgage? Turn around on that. Who paid my mortgage? I paid it? No. They pay. So as renters, that's what we're doing. Why? One more time. Why the 1% wealthy? Because we don't know the steps. Why 1% wealthy? Because we don't want to utilize the steps. Why 1% wealthy? Because we mad about we don't want to fuss and we don't want to be arguing about the toilets not working in the place. Right now, my tenants are arguing with me about water. It's okay. It's all right. I'll figure it out. But am I going to get stressed about it? No. We're going to figure it out. We're going to move forward. We're going to keep going. So this is why she's in the room. Listen to those things. Because she just gave you 2 neighborhoods that right now are the price value is for a 2-bedroom for 2 flat is like 80 grand. Because Inglewood was devalued because what did you guys hear on the news every other day? Gunshots. Someone got shot in the corner. Somebody got her over there. But house? Why we building a 6-story building over there? Why we building 1, 2, 3, 4 6-story buildings? Why did we start tearing down homes and start building in those neighborhoods? So I just say this, guy. I'm not one of these people who screws rhetoric. I just don't. But that's why I only watch TV one day a week. Because you ain't scared. You can't scare me into not believing in my people. You can't scare me into not want to uplift my people. And you cannot scare me whereas I'm not going to invest in the community that raised me. On 67th, where I bought those buildings, I used to live 6848 South Michigan. Then I lived, when my kids were born, I lived 1116 East 67th Street. I bought the neighborhood I lived in. The neighborhood that raised me. We want better in our schools. We want better in our neighborhoods. Be the change you want to see in the world. Sorry, Karen, I didn't mean to take you glory, but I want to make sure that they understood what the reason being about why we're talking about this, because this is how we grow. And then in a few minutes we're gonna have Yolanda. She gonna jump all in there and tell us how we develop in those areas. So go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh my God,
I didn't mean to say. No, come on, Karen. Come on, Karen. No.
you can qualify income getting.
Say it again for them, Karen. It don't. Sure, it don't what? It don't have to be what?
The rental income from the second unit where you will not be living, if you're renting out, people count at 75%. Why 75%? You can have months for the mortgage, well, the incentive pay, but when they move out, it's open to lot. 75% is the third place to start counting. That is considered income. There's the income, social security, pension, VA, disability, anything, LO, child support, we take it off. So don't think you can't do it. Just talk to people, talk to them, give them your story and figure out how you can report to everybody. I feel it's a mindset. Everybody can. No. And so, it's up to everybody to
Be open. Be open.
Thank you very much.
Make sure y'all get that information about how you do it. 3.5% down on $100,000 is $3,500. Who ain't got it? Who ain't got it? Because I believe me, if your phone breaks today, you're gonna find that $1,500 that they want for that phone. My youngest left their phone in the Uber. They was like, oh my God, I'm gonna pay for a new phone. But then you told me they didn't have $50. Oh, but we're gonna find the money for the things we want. We're gonna find that money. So do you want your neighborhoods to be better? Do you think our kids deserve better? If they deserve better and we can give them better, let's step up. Step up. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, I get a little passionate when we talk about let's build us. That's what we're about. Can you hear us, Yolanda?
Not that good.
I
I
don't
can
want
hear
you to hear
you.
me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me.
me?
Let's see if I can get you up on here. Trey, what's the remote?
And I think something happened to one of
Can you
one of
hear
the
me?
screens.
I can hear you. And I can hear you. You can hear me. Let's see if I can get you up on here.
And I think something happened to one of
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
I think something happened. Can you guys see me?
I'm gonna cut it off.
I think something happened.
This is the owner of Lux Life Realty.
I think something happened to the screen.
Yeah, the meeting.
I know. This is very busy. It's very late. Yes, it's on my bed.
I think something.
Computer.
I think something.
take a room off. Put her on. We're gonna start this way. Wait a minute.
Just take me off. You want me to take you off?
Come on.
Can y'all see me? Can you hear me? I can see you guys. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Yolanda.
Yeah, I had
Okay.
this,
All right, let's go.
All right. Well, hi everybody. I'm so
You're not gonna be able to hear us though.
That's okay. Well, hopefully you guys can hear me. I wish I was there in person to be able to be there with Rachel. Rachel, super excited about your book launch. Super happy for you. Just really ecstatic. So today, and Rachel, whenever you need to just cut in and let me know because I can't really hear what you guys say, but I can hear you clearly, Rachel. So you could just chime in whenever. So it sounds like you guys want to learn how to build wealth in our communities, right? And how we can turn ourselves, right, into the bank. And this is exactly what I pride my company. So just a little bit, I know I'm sure they gave an introduction about me. But I am the managing broker owner of Lux Life Realty. We are based in Chicago, Indiana, and I'm here in Georgia at the Atlanta office. Right now, the entire focus behind me and the vision that I have for our communities is to help our people to build wealth. And how we go about building wealth is using real estate as that investment vehicle. Most individuals, when they think about building wealth, it's all about, okay, well, I'm gonna go work a job, right? And how many of you guys have day jobs? I'm sure the vast majority of you guys have day jobs, right? And the second way to build wealth most people think about is, well, I should get some life insurance, right? Let me get a life insurance policy, right, to help build wealth. And I'm sure some individuals out there that is using insurance for that, or maybe mutual funds, stocks, bonds, things of that nature. But did you guys know that real estate is the number one investment vehicle where the most billionaires are made? Every billionaire in this world. I heard Rachel talking about the 1%, but did you guys know that there was the 1% of the 1%? So while everybody is striving to become a part of the 1%, we have to think about how do we become a part of that 1% of the 1%. And how you do that is within your community. When grandma and grandpa or your parents or your aunts, uncles, when they worked hard to acquire that home, we have to start keeping those homes within our community. And guess who takes the homes away from our community? It's not the white people. You know, most people say it's the white people that do it. No, 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 no. It's not. Well, the white people, I guess, do owns the bank, but some of us own banks too. The person that takes the money away is the banks. Every time we go and we take out a loan against the property, we allow that third party bank to come in and take over our community. Because now they are controlling the appraisals. They are controlling the values. They are controlling the prices. We as consumers, we think we control, but we don't control. Now, guess how we can control it, people? Because guess what? Real estate is all based on they don't know what they don't know. But I'm so glad that you guys took the time out of your day to come and be with Rachel at her book launch event today, because I'm about to give you guys this nugget and I want you guys to go back and tell everybody about it. Everybody that owns property needs to start doing this. Stop allowing individuals to come to you with a bank loan. If you own property, you need to become the bank. Forget the bank. Because when you think about it, the bank is actually giving all of you guys who do not own a property a promissory note. Most people think that money is that green piece of paper that everybody, we make it rain, because I like to make it rain too, that we try to make it rain with. It is not that. It is that white piece of paper that gets floated around behind the money scene, right? And the banks have learned how to leverage that to move that money around. But what they don't know is that we now know how we can move it. And how we move it is whenever you are an owner, you own real estate, you can write your own notes. And if you don't know how to write those notes, you don't have to, because you will come to me for that. That's what I do. That's what Lux Life Realty do. We help turn owners into the banks by helping them to come up with their own financing for you guys, the buyers, right? So now your grandmother can actually give you a note, or your aunt or your uncle or your friend or somebody that you do not know, right? Whoever owns the real estate can actually give a promissory note to you. And now you can pay the mortgage, can be responsible for the taxes, can do all the things that the banks is telling you that you have to do. Because remember, the banks, they're just giving you a note on a property that they do not own. There's always two sides to a transaction. The first side, to the transaction is where the banks like to play, right? They like to play. You got the one side you have where you have the owners, and then you have the notes, right? So you have with the transaction, you have it where you have title and you have the deed, right? Title is where everybody plays at. With title, that title document, everybody plays on title. The lender goes on title. When they give a note, when they give you the money to buy a loan, I heard Rachel talking about the 3.5%. I'm a loan officer. I give out money that way too. I can get you to 3.5%. I can get you a loan with 0% down, right? Or we can negotiate directly with the seller and you don't have to do any of that. But on the title side, the lender plays on that side of the totem pole, which is they go and they record their interest on title. But then guess who stays on the deed? The owner stays on the deed. But see, most people have forgotten the owner of the deed is the person who really is controlling the money, because the banks can't do anything until they get that person off the deed. And what people fail to realize in our community is that that deed is powerful. And we must start using the deed to start getting the things that we need, right? We always complain about the schools, the parks, the community, the violence, the woo woo woo. We have to start using that deed and leveraging that deed for power. And once we start doing that, we will see a tremendous difference. So one thing I want you guys to, and I'm not going to hold you guys long because I don't know how long I have. I will talk all day. But one thing I want you guys to remember is once we start playing on the deed side, and this is the side I want everybody to be aware of, is playing on the deed side. Because once you play with that, you are now in control of your money. You determine how much you want to make with that. So if you have a house, we were talking about Inglewood. I'm from Inglewood, double nickel in here, right? She's a South Side hit girl. That's what she is. She's from the South Side. And when I look at my neighborhood, the values, I think now you can get a two flat. They're going for about $400,000, maybe $350,000, $400,000, right? But who's putting that value on it? The bank did. I'm from Inglewood. I want $550,000. I want $500,000 for my place. And guess what? I can get that. If I have someone who's willing to pay for that, I can get that. And there are people who is willing to pay for that if our communities are built up the way it needs to be, which means we all have work to do here. A lot of us in the community, we own the storefronts. We own some people own parts of the strip malls. If we start working together and start playing on the deed side, we can truly see the change that we are all hoping for. So we have to stop waiting. I do not care that Donald Trump, Mr. Orange Bird, is in the building. That makes no difference to me. And I heard that Rachel says she does not watch a lot of TV news. Exactly. Stop it, people, right? No need to be watching the news because the news is there as a distraction. They only want you to hear the stories that they want to paint, they want you to remember. They're not telling you exactly what's going on. What you hear in the news is interest rates are rising. They are 7-8%. That's ridiculous. But guess what I do? When the banks issue interest rates at 7-8%, I am working with sellers who's giving buyers like you guys 1, 2, 3%, 0% interest rate. Because guess what? They own the property. They are on the deed. And the more individuals know and understand that, the more wealthier all of us can become. So I'm going to pause right there and see what Rachel has to say about that, because this is a powerful way on how we can get in and build communities. Right now, I am working on an initiative with the city of Gary. I don't know if you guys been to Gary, but for the city of Gary, it's a rust built area, and they are really struggling. They need developers. They need individuals. And I want you guys to hear it as the first, right? The residents of Gary, they have been hoping and praying for someone to come in, a major developer to come in and help them. With the development that I would do for Gary, that I'm proposing for them, there will be no gentrification. What will happen is those residents who have owned those properties, the people that's on the deed, they will start capitalizing. I am going to turn each and every one of them into the bank where they make money during this development time frame. So more to hear about that. I'm going to stop and let Rachel let me know kind of where we at with things. Go ahead, Rachel. Let Rachel let me know kind of where we at with things. Go ahead, Rachel.
Hey there, hey there, hey there. You have some valuable information as usual. So I forget about this delay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I hear the delay too.
Okay, so no, I appreciate the information that you gave. We're gonna go ahead and keep going because we got like 19 minutes to go. So I appreciate you, and I'll tell them a little bit about Gary, and then we'll get back to it.
Sounds good. Okay, thank you so much. Bye, you guys.
Thank you.